TV with 1 million eyeballs across the globe.
Connecting schools, universities, industries, and corporate houses.
सीखने की चाह है, सीख मेरी राह है, सीखने की चाह में सीख मेरी माँ है। कल को बदलने की आग है धधक रही, संकटों की आह में मुश्किलों की वाह है। लक्ष्य को साधने गांडीव तैयार है, मुश्किलों की आंख में मेहनत का बाण है। सीख से मैं सीख लूं, शिष्य ऐसा बन सकूं, द्रोण मस्तक पर गर्व मुकुट रख सकूं। भविष्य को संवारने प्रयास की कमी नहीं, पहाड़ को तराशने श्वास ये थमी नहीं। ज्ञान कुंड अग्नि में कमियों को स्वाहा करूं, उभरने की राह में कुंदन की चाह है, उभरने की राह में सीखने की चाह है, सीखने की चाह है। लक्ष्य को साधने गांडीव तैयार है, मुश्किलों की आंख में मेहनत का बाण है।
Ladies and gentlemen, morning, afternoon, and good evening, and a warm welcome to all of you to this special edition of the WISE, WISC, the Vice Chancellor and the Dynamic Principal on EduT. I am Pranav Guhathakurta, founder EduT, and it is an honor to have you join us today for an engaging discussion on a topic of great importance, a smooth transition from schools to universities. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests who have taken the time to be with us today. Their presence is a testament of their dedication and passion for the field of education. Our distinguished moderator for this session is Mrs. Mehra, Mrs. Mona Mehra, the visionary founder of Vision Search, Noida. With her insightful questions and keen understanding of the educational landscape, Mrs. Mehra will guide us through an engaging conversation. We are also privileged to have with us Professor Raghuveer Singh. He has headed many prestigious universities in India, and he is currently the Vice Chancellor of the K.R. Mangalam University at Gurugram. Professor Singh's vast experience and profound knowledge in higher education make him an invaluable contributor to our discussion. Joining us as well as Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra. He is an author, speaker, and the principal of Coors Global School, Lucknow. Dr. Mehrotra's dynamic leadership and innovative approaches to school education are truly inspiring, and we are eager to hear his perspectives on ensuring a smooth transition for students moving from schools to universities. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the entire EduTV team. Their relentless efforts behind the scenes make it possible for us to bring such enriching programs to our audience. Lastly, I extend my deepest appreciation to our over million eyes who are viewing us. Your continuous support and enthusiasm drive us to create content that not only informs but also inspires. And definitely would like to thank our sponsor. So let's now embark on this journey of knowledge and discovery with the Vice Chancellor and the Dynamic Principal. Over to you, Mrs. Mona Mehra.
Thank you, Pranav. Thank you so much. Dr. Dheeraj, there is a lot of change which happens when children move from school to colleges and universities, and they have a lot of apprehensions. So what all strategies school take so that their transition is a little more easier?
Well, first of all, good evening, each one of you, and thanks, Edu TV, for this wonderful opportunity. Your question comes straight to the point. In fact, there is a gap of understanding of how to prepare them for the beyond 10 plus 2. You know, we always tell them that comparative analysis is that we in the school guide you people, are concerned about your studies. We always tell them that once you're out of the college, there shall be nobody to, scold at you. Now we can't punish them. So, of course, that is a different thing. So, you need to take your own concern and understand the fact that padhai karo, we try to. But as you said rightly, that the strategies need to be followed to make them smarter, bolder, confident to face the world where they are going to be in a big lecture room, which is probably the 4 times the size of a normal classroom of a school. And the liberation they get, the liberty they get, they need to be very much used to of that independent, because majority of them, they go to different cities, seek admission, and then they have to either stay in the hostel or they have to take some PG or something, where they need to be in a totally different world, wherein there is no mother, no father, no guidance for the breakfast, nobody after you to follow and to eat breakfast on time, and all that stuff. So I think we, the principals, need to be governed into taking a small class or an orientation for them to be prepared for that freedom and coping up with that freedom. At the same time, thinking about the bright future ahead. Because the comparative analysis becomes, like that child got selected in that, I've got into that university, and this is that, the cutoff total was this, and the campus placement highlights say that this is the package. So, everywhere there is a continuous approach of comparison, which the child again has to take it very positively, because he just has 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years with him to be proving the job he's going to be having and the successful future ahead. So for this particular situation, I think we need to come up, not only have the parenting session, but also the sessions for the 10 plus 2 plus what they have to do. Right from the point of view, because there are sessions in the college when they, of course, take the admissions, but they're not prepared for that particular unknown future. So here, I think as principals, we need to also tell them that this is what is going to be the scenario. And you have to take it as a call, where the majority of them need to be taking their own decisions, not depending on their parents to say yes or no. And also at the same time, confidence and the eagerness to learn has to continue. There shall be no private tuitions, there shall be no dependency, there shall not be any person who's going to be asking you, what did you study in the school today? What did you study in the college today? They have to take a call independently, and that's what I think the maturity begins. So this is what I would presume, that as heads of schools, we need to actually prepare them, not just by saying, but making them believe.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dheeraj. Very well said that there is a lot of freedom that comes with when you move from school to, university, and they need to be very, self-aware that they have to follow a path, and Professor Raghuveer, a lot of mentoring is required when we have young children coming from school to, universities. So you have programs that how you can guide them better. Please elaborate on that.
Good evening, and thanks so much for for giving me this opportunity. Dr. Dheeraj has already laid a solid background, what is expected in universities and colleges. Yeah, sure. We have a very strong mentor-mentee system in our university to the extent that it is highly structured. Every child, when he joins us, is given a mentor. And there is a book which is issued to the mentee. And there are sessions in a month, they are fixed for their meetings. So a mentor is supposed to get all kinds of information from the mentee, especially about his academics, how he or she has adjusted to the new environment, and his psychological well-being also. And then the mentor, writes it down, his meetings, and even the mentee signs on it. That's all recorded. And you have from one semester to the next semester. If the mentor changes, then there are records of that. So there's a highly structured mentor-mentee system which exists. Beyond that, a student is expected to be self-driven, let me tell you. Because in a university, in a large university, most of the, functioning happens, via technology. Very high automation in most of our functionings. Whether it's paying his fee, whether he's registering for his courses, it's his attendance, his exam marks, is downloading his even grade sheets. Everything is online, and his timetable, his reading material, name a thing, that's online. So you have an entire life cycle of a student well structured. His learning experience is well structured within the classroom and outside the classroom. So he has to be all the time very well aware. I mean, you don't have any fixed, for a day, for example, 8 to 1400 hours. There are courses which are fixed. There are so many things that happen in a day. I mean, beyond your classroom, you have a guest lecture, you have certain activities going on. So we have structured our learning both inside and outside the classroom, and that structuring is well known before a child enters. So when we announce a day of admission, in the university, when they report, and first 2 days goes into putting in their papers together, essential things which confirms their admission. Thereafter, their orientation happens. In orientation, a child is introduced to the university first. So he gets a university handbook, which, gives the entire thing, what happens in the university, various rules, regulations, and various departments, their roles, responsibilities, for what problem, where he should reach out. All those things are given. So it's a very, I must tell you that most of things are already there on the website. In spite of that, we give them a university handbook. So after 2 days, he moves to the given school, or a department. Nowadays in a university, we call it sometimes, some university call it a department, some call it a school, some call it a college, right? So they move to their respective schools. So there in a school, they are again given same kind of a broader sense about their program, how a particular program will be conducted, and you have a program handbook in your hand, where you have complete syllabi according to semester wise, and how that particular syllabi will be delivered, how he or she will be examined. That there's a continuous evaluation system happening. There are those components mentioned, and the weightage to those components mentioned. You have their outcomes mentioned, how those outcomes will be assessed, and how the outcomes attainment will be calculated. And many other things are given to the child. So it takes about, a week's time for a child to be well, entrenched into the university system. And then the hostel itself has a handbook, then transportation rules. You have everything is a well structured. So we try and make their life easy, providing required information, hand holding by a mentor mentee, and schools taking care of them so that they are at ease. That's our basic philosophy, making a child at ease in first week so all his fears or the things are removed. Yes, freedom, enormous amount. It's a
Yeah.
lot of people say when you enter into a university, it's like an awesome. You have people coming from various regions. You have people coming from different cultures, even different age group people also you will find. And you have you know there is no difference in the gender as far as a university is concerned. So they have to take their care themselves. See, a lot of people say the environment spoils. I say no. Individual is like a ship. A ship is meant to be inside the water, and ship is sank not because of it's in the water, but the water which enters with the ship. Similarly, it's not the environment which actually harms a child, it's the child who allows the environmental things inside him that is harmful to him.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Professor Raghuveer. What a way to explain that it is what we take inside, which is the one which causes the problem rather than just the environment.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this session, the Vice Chancellor and the Dynamic Principal, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone involved. A special thanks to our moderator, Mrs. Mona Mehra, founder, Vision Search Noida, for her expert guidance. To our esteemed guests, Professor Raghuveer Singh, Vice Chancellor, K.R. Mangalam University, and Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra, Principal of Coors Global School. Your insights on ensuring a smooth transition from schools to universities have been invaluable. Thank you to the entire EduTV team for your hard work behind the scenes, and our viewers, and definitely our sponsors also. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pranam, Professor Raghuveer.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dr.
Thank
Dheeraj.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mona.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care. God
Bye
bless
bye.
you.
Bye
God bless
bye.
you.
Thank you.
EDU TV with 1 million eyeballs across the globe.
Connecting schools, universities, industries, and corporate houses.